Theme Park Tycoon 2 just turned 10 years old, and we got a new update to mark this special occasion. Let's go and talk about everything that we got in this update, because it's a lot. So, starting with the turntables. The turntables comes in 7 coasters, as you can see here. I'm not going to name every single one of them. And as we go in to see the turntables, which is this is what it looks like. And the turntables, which I found was quite amazing, is the middle track in the turntable can be changed different colors from the original track, which you can see above. And I think this is a quite amazing feature that was added to the turntables, and it gives a lot of variety to our roller coasters. Another thing too is if you go to Advanced Editor, you can see that the turntables, which you do need the operations game pass to be able to achieve, you can change the different settings of the turntables, similar to how we can do it with the switch tracks or the tilt tracks. So in the operations tabs, there's so many different functions that you can do with the turntables with the operation game pass. Now, I've only messed with the turntables for like 10 minutes, so I don't know what any of these functions do. I'll probably mess with it a little bit later and release another video on building coaster with the turntables. Now, here's a quick little look of everything that you can do with the Operations tab. Now, there's so many more things that we got in this update. It is not just turntables, and there's a lot more that we have to go through in this update video. So let's go to the next thing that we got in this update. The second thing that we got in this update is now we can configure brakes separately from each other, similar to how we can do with the boosters. Now, this is quite cool that we can now configure brakes. This is a quite small part of the update. Let's move on to the next big thing that we got in this update. So this being a new boat ride. Now I haven't have it unlocked yet. As you can see, I'm still level 92 and the new level is 93 instead of Theme Park Tycoon 2. Now if we go down into the ride unlocking list, you can see that, where is it? Okay, here it is. We have this new ride. So if I click this ride to unlock this level, you can now see we have this cool animation. This animation is something that you don't really see inside of Theme Park Tycoon 2 unless you're leveling up. And I think it's a very satisfying thing to actually see this animation in this game. Now, as you can see, this ride, we have this bumper boat ride, and it's similar to the bumper cars, however, it's on water. I think this is a cool addition inside of Theme Park Tycoon 2, especially when the water ride tabs inside of this game hasn't been updated in so long now. Now, I did notice when placing this ride down that the water is kind of invisible, so you do need to use the terrain tool to place the water down to make this ride look realistic. Now here's what the ride looks like with water. All the functions of this ride act similar to the bumper car rides. Now, I think this is an amazing addition inside of Theme Park Tycoon 2 because, once again, the water ride tab hasn't been updated in so long. So that's what the bumper cars look like. There is still more things to this update. Yes, this update is quite big. So let's move on to the next thing. This being 3 new trees. And these trees look really amazing. They're also quite big, as well as you can make them even bigger using the Advanced Editor Game Pass. Now, these trees are very detailed and they will look really nice for like a Harry Potter or even a Demon Slayer park, especially with those dangling flower trees. Now, you may think that's the end of the update video. However, there's actually a couple more smaller things that was added to this update. So let's go and talk about those things next. This being the confetti cannon, you can see that you can use single color confetti or even multicolored confetti. And I think it's quite amazing. We got a new emitter inside of Theme Park Tycoon 2 because the last time we got a new emitter item was like 10,000 years ago. So once again, you can see that there's a list where you can do a single color or multicolored confetti. Now, the one thing I did find out is you can't change the multicolored confetti. I wish you can do that. However, it's not a big deal. This update is quite big as is. Now, there's a couple more much smaller things in this update. Let's go and talk about that next. This being the reworked version for the inverted launch coaster. The new inverted launch coaster, which is on the right, is 10 times better than the old one. The old one you can still find, which is under the Legacy tab, which could be turned on in the settings. So this is a quite cool addition inside of Theme Park Tycoon 2, and it's amazing that we still get reworked designs for the old coasters. And this new coaster just looks 10 times better than the original coaster. Now, there is one more change that was added inside of Theme Park Tycoon 2. This being able to now see the ranks that you're getting when you're playing or riding the bumper car ride, first, second, third, etc., along with the amount of points you're getting. And this is a cool addition inside of Theme Park Tycoon 2. Now, you can see in the catalog, it says here, you can now change or see the different ranks that you're getting inside of the bumper card ride, first, second, etc. Now, there's a lot more in this update that I didn't really go over because they're quite small changes. You can go read it in the catalog on your own time, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do like today's video, please consider leaving a like, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.